Hey there, my name is Arastu. Today I want to share with you the 10 types of toxic recruiters that you absolutely want to avoid during your job hunting process. In 2020, many people lost their jobs. It's 2021 already and we're still not out of it yet. If you like my video, please hit the like button below. I request you to subscribe as well and share it with all your friends. And please don't forget to share your views in the comments section below. Thank you. Alright, let's get to it then. The cocky, arrogant recruiter. With a condescending tone, these people begin the conversation with how they've placed 1 million Ivy League candidates at 1,000 Fortune 500 companies already, handle a ton of billion-dollar accounts. Then they ask you why you're looking for a new role, even when these clowns contacted you in the first place. Then they go on to dictate what role and company you'd be best fit for based on their expert evaluation of your resume. Any interruption or suggestion from your end is going to invite just a little more boastful behavior as to how their thousands years of experience makes them think you're a fool to say so. When the conversation comes down to salary, they casually mention how they're on a tight budget for the current role and can only offer you a few bananas or 5% equity in the company. Beware of these A-clowns. A down-to-earth recruiter, very hard to find these days, on the other hand, has none of these traits, so you know it when you meet one. The window shopping cheap recruiters. These guys have no positions to fill. They're just using a downtime in hiring by cold calling and harassing candidates to create a list and be ahead of the game when they do get positions. They arrange fake interviews, idiotic questions, basically everything is fake or trash. Even ask to give you personal references to harass. Hey, why not? They could also be looking for the cheapest resource ever. So they'll arrange for the 6th or the 100th round of interviews. Never ends. They keep coming back to arrange one more. They're still not satisfied with the previous interview. They're just stalling you so that they can get the cheapest candidate while they're interviewing 100 of them at the same time. The interviews involve questions on everything about this planet. Totally irrelevant. What a waste of time. In many cases, the hiring managers has already picked an internal ass-kissing candidate. But to not get sued, they arrange this whole fake interview process to kill time. Deliberately fail you, do this to some 100 candidates, then bringing in their own yes man. Seriously, these losers have got nothing better to do with their lives. A serious recruiter won't waste a single minute of anyone. The lazy, ignorant recruiter. They'll call and say something like this. Hey man, tell me about yourself. Walk me through your resume. Oh man, I'm looking for software version 9. You only seem to have version 8. It's not gonna work. These clowns don't ever read LinkedIn profiles, neither they go through your resumes. They don't know this new version is just a tiny improvement from the previous one. It's just easier to send out bulk job description emails to few keyword matching LinkedIn profiles. And when some interested candidates do reply, they'll send in their scripted replies to these guys. They don't ever try to understand technology, forget skills. They're so lazy. It's an alien language to them. They'll match word to word on your resume with the job description they get from the managers. Or hey, they just probably copy pasted it from somewhere. These are just probably high school bullies that got away with those easy to get degrees. They didn't want to study more or work hard. Then they had no jobs because of this. So got into recruiting with the hopes of making huge commissions from hiring. Who knows? Beware of this piece of work of God.
A well-informed person, on the other hand, will always call and say something like this. Hey man, I love that job experience in the company you work for. It would really help us in this project of ours. The jerk recruiter. You know it's them when they contacted you first and then immediately start finding problems in you, your resume, everything about your existence on this planet. Why is your resume so short? Why long? Why gaps? Why this? Why that? Manager thinks you're too junior for this role. You don't have the experience they need. You don't have all the skills they need. Blah, blah, blah. All negative. You don't ever need to justify anyone for anything. These idiots of a very low standard are subconsciously working on breaking you down, your confidence down, so that they can later lowball you on the salary part for this or the future role. Never work or associate with this kind. A company or recruiter really in need will look at your positive side. How your listed experience will help them in their business, how you can guide juniors with your knowledge, and so on. The manipulative recruiter. When a recruiter says, "This is a standard industry practice, this is how the hiring process works, no company will hire you because you have a lot of attitude. In my years of experience, I've never seen this happen before. You should be thankful I'm offering you a job. Good luck finding a job, blah, blah. This is how we do it in our industry, in our company, blah, 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 more blah, blah, blah." Congratulations. You became a victim of a manipulative recruiter that will say or do anything to prove their point. Most of what they say is utter nonsense. Best to just hang up on these jokers and continue with your job search. There are lots of amazing, kind-hearted people in this world that speak straight from their heart, will appreciate what you bring to the table, and will be open to any suggestions or changes that you request. Positive side of this, you value kind-hearted people more. The shady, dishonest recruiter. Every time a recruiter says, "I'm on your team, you can trust me, I will get you the best salary, I'm working for you," run away as far as you can from this lying, dishonest, self-centered person. A recruiter makes his commission from the company or the employer, so he or she is never on your team or side. You can never trust them to be your friend or confide in them ever. They'll always bend over backwards for the company, hide important things from you, and ignore you at the drop of a hat. He or she is just boxing you in and calculating how much more money can be squeezed out of this deal as their ultimate commission if they know your salary. Always remember this, or you're gonna learn it the hard way anyways. The "I wanna help you" recruiters. These guys first contact you with some job requirements and then make demands, as in what you need to provide, what next step you must follow. If you say no to any of this, they'll be like, "I just want to help you in your job search, man." Even if you weren't looking for a job in the first place, they'll still say, "I want to help you." Seriously? Help me? Or help you get your fat commission, you moron? Don't contact people to tell them what role they'll be fit for, what they need to provide. Don't make demands. Request. If they say no, then go on with it. Don't force anyone. Nobody needs your crappy, inexperienced, uneducated opinion because you don't have the skills, education, or the knowledge to make that kind of a decision for anyone. Look at what a candidate's current role is, what they want to work as next, and then see if you can help them. Otherwise, you're not helping anyone but yourself. Best, don't message people in the first place. You're just spamming people. You're not helping anyone or doing anyone any favors. You are just there for your commission.
ultimatum giving recruiter. They'll say, state your past salary or we'll drop your candidature. My answers sometimes quietly disconnect the call. Many of these clowns called me back in 5 minutes and said, yeah, the client agreed to drop the demand. I mean, seriously, what bullshit. Don't ever tolerate this kind of bullying. When they're interviewing you, you are also interviewing them to see if you really want to work with them. The document hoarding recruiters. These guys will ask for all sorts of documents. Your high school degree, your middle school degree, your college mark sheet and degree, your neighbor's degree, your dog's degree, your visa, your SSN, your colonoscopy report. The list goes on forever. Their document gathering and hoarding capabilities are out of this world. Just tell them right away to conduct interviews first. You're not going to provide anything useless, or they could just go back to the hole they came out of. The salary-obsessed, conniving recruiters. They'll ask you to list all your past salaries. If you say no, or that it's confidential, they'll beat around the bush. Ask something like, tell me your expectations. Don't fall into this trap. If you state or agree to any salary at the beginning, you'll never ever get that much. You'll be offered half at best. If you're lucky to clear their shitty interview process, which they deliberately set you up for failure, they'll only offer you half the salary initially agreed upon. This is valid for 99% of companies. From the beginning, let them know that salary is negotiable for this role. Your past salary is confidential, none of their business. Then you stand any chance of negotiations in the end to go in your favor and will move up in this world.